Okay, hey everybody. So I wanted to make a quick video showing you how to export, or also known as bouncing audio. So if you wanted to create an MP3 of your project, an export that has all the music in it that you can share, I wanted to make a video just going through the steps again. And also I want to give a suggestion on how you can do this if you have the demo version of Bitwig that doesn't allow you to save or export. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but it's a workaround I want you to try. If your full version of Bitwig has expired, that 30 days is used up, then you might have a demo version that limits you to just playing around and it won't let you export. So, and by the way, yes, export and bounce mean the same thing in this case. Some DAWs will call it bouncing, some will call it audio export. All right, so here's a short piece of music that I have with multiple tracks. And it's finished, or it's getting close to finish. So I'm going to show you how to bounce it. I'm actually going to clean it up a little bit. And so this bar at the top here that I can move around and I can click and drag, this bar does a couple of different things. One, it tells Bitwig to loop a certain section if the loop button is turned on here. If I click the space bar and play, it's just going to loop these first 8 measures, right? But this bar also tells Bitwig where to start and end an export. So you're telling what part of the project you want to bounce. So if you have a 10-minute piece of music and you just want to bounce the first 30 seconds, then you just drag this bar to whatever you want to export, right? And now, once you have that, maybe hit the space bar to listen to it. Make sure it sounds the way you want it to. This is exactly how it's going to bounce. And then go to File, Export Audio. And then these here are the different file format options for exporting. So making an MP3, which is probably the easiest thing to do, I usually, if I'm sharing this with a client or a collaborator, excuse me, I'll choose the highest bitrate, 320. I also might make an uncompressed version of this too. So depending on the platform you're uploading to, it might make sense to look into FLAC and Opus and Vorbis, but just the simplest is MP3. This here shows you all the tracks that are being blended together, right? So if you have a track that is muted or deactivated, then it won't show up here, right? And then again, this is just a way to see, okay, we're actually exporting the first 41 measures of this project. Then you click OK, and if you have open target folder when done selected, then the folder that has the MP3 in it will pop out open, and then you can just click and drag it to wherever you need it to or upload it, right? Okay, so that's how you do a basic export. Now, if you have the demo version of Bitwig that has expired the first 30 days or whatever, it won't let you export an MP3 like that. They want you to buy the software at that point. But I want you to try something. I can't guarantee that this will work because they may have thought about this as a workaround. But one of the things that we can do is we can internally bounce this to another track, and it's actually really easy if you are using it in a sort of basic way. And here's what I'm going to show you to try doing is select all the tracks just by clicking one and holding down Shift, and all of the tracks that have audio or MIDI on them, right? So they're all highlighted here. Hold down Shift and select that range. All right, again, that's like this. Click on the top one, hold down Shift, click on the bottom one. These are all the tracks that I want to blend together. I'm mixing these. Now, I'm going to right click or option click over on any one of the tracks, and I want to group. I'm going to group these together. So again, that's right click, group, or Apple G. What this does is it creates a folder of all of these tracks so that you can condense it if you want. This is a nice way to create like groups of instruments or buses or folders. That's one way that you can do it, and you can actually make folders within folders. You can make groups within groups if you want. So we want to make a sort of master group of everything. And now we want to just click on the top region here that isn't really an audio region or a MIDI region. It just shows all of the track stuff there, Right click on that and choose bounce. And now it's asking us, do you want to bounce it before the volume, before the effects, after the volume, or in some sort of custom way? So let's choose post fader because this will mean that any of the volume that's on this track will be included. And click OK here. And what we get is a new audio region that is a export of this that's in the project. Once we have this, we can right click on this, or I'm sorry, double click on this to bring up the editor, and then go to the top of the audio region in the editor and right click and go to reveal file. And this, what is highlighted right there, will be the bounce. That should be that export there. And then this can be you can convert this to an MP3 if you want. It's going to automatically default to a wave. So you'll need a separate iTunes or whatever you use on your PC to convert waves to MP3s. So that is a kind of workaround. And again, like I said, it might not work. I've never actually used the limited version of Bitwig, so I can't really vouch for it. But this would be an alternative way to export audio. So if you have the limited version, try this out and let us know if it does work. Just one more thing to mention about this internal bouncing. This is actually a really convenient feature if you do want to kind of condense down instruments, or if you want to blend things together. For instance, I have 4 tracks on here that are all drums, and they're all notes. They're all quote unquote MIDI drums. They're triggering a virtual instrument. And as I get closer to mixing and finishing this project, I might want to turn these into audio. I might want to print them as audio for a couple reasons. One is it kind of helps me complete the process, but also it helps kind of future-proof the entire project. Because when you're using virtual instruments, we really don't know what virtual instruments are going to be around in the future, but we do know that we're going to be able to play audio. So it's a way of kind of making sure that we can still open this project and all the tools that we were using if they don't exist anymore in the future, we can still hear our project. So creating audio from virtual instrument regions is a good thing to do. So in this case, I'll take these drums. I'm going to right click, group. Now I've got this group called group 7. In fact, I can rename the group. I can call it drums. And now I can click on the rectangle here, or this entire section. Let's take this and see, and then we will bounce. And let's see if this works. Yeah, it's creating a master bounce right here. So this one here creates that track. So now we've got that. Double click on it to bring up the editor. Right click on the top of the editor, go to reveal file, and here we go. Drums, master, bounce. Just like that. If you have any other questions, let me know. I'm happy to make more videos for you, and I'll probably upload this to YouTube so it can be available to everybody. Let me know if it works. All right, thanks everyone.